the Bible names angels. But only a few are ever called archangels. Most believers recognize Michael. Many know Gabriel. Yet Scripture quietly points to something deeper. Not 2, but 7. I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels, who stand before the glory of the Lord. Tobit 12:15.
I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels that stand before God.
If 7 stand before God's throne, why are only 2 commonly preached? And why 7? Why must these archangels stand before God at all? What distinguishes them from all others? And what are the rest sent to do? In heaven and on earth? This is not legend. This is not imagination shaped by tradition. This is Scripture, and the ancient record it preserves. Hidden throughout the Bible are references to powerful beings who do not wander the earth, but stand before the throne of God. They are not ordinary angels. They are assigned to nations, sent into moments of judgment, released for healing, trusted with revelation, dispatched into spiritual conflict that shapes the fate of humanity.
Go now and deliver my children from trouble.
The prophet Daniel hints at this unseen world when he describes heavenly princes contending over earthly kingdoms. Michael is named as one of them. Daniel 10 verse 13. The book of Revelation reveals even more. I saw 7 angels who stand before God. Revelation 8 verse 2. 7. Standing before God, not wandering, not equal, but positioned, each with a mission entrusted by heaven. If this is true, then heaven is not silent. It is ordered. And once you understand who these beings are, you will never read the Bible the same way again. Heaven is not chaos. It is order from the beginning. God does not rule creation through disorder. He rules through structure, both seen and unseen. Scripture reveals that heaven itself is organized with rank, authority, and purpose. Angels are not metaphors. They are sent. They speak. They act. They execute the will of God. Daniel again pulls back the curtain, describing a battle not fought on earth, but in the spiritual realm, where heavenly rulers contend over nations. Michael is called one of the chief princes. Daniel 10 verse 13. This reveals command, authority, and hierarchy. And when God steps directly into human history, Scripture does not say an ordinary angel speaks. It says the archangel speaks. For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a cry of command, with the voice of the archangel. 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 16. Then Revelation makes the pattern unmistakable. I saw 7 angels who stand before God, and 7 trumpets were given to them. Revelation 8 verse 2. These are not messengers sent at random. They are commanders, released only when God's purposes reach decisive moments. And once this pattern becomes clear, you begin to understand why Scripture speaks of archangels only when history itself is about to change. Why 7? The number 7 is never accidental in Scripture. It marks completion, authority, divine order. Creation unfolds in 7 days, not because God needed time, but because his work is deliberate. Genesis 2 verse 2. Throughout the Bible, 7 seals open the future. Revelation 6. 7 trumpets announce judgment. Revelation 8. 7 lamps burn before God's throne. Revelation 4 verse 5. Then Scripture speaks of something deeper still. Grace and peace to you, from him who is, and who was, and who is to come, and from the 7 spirits who are before his throne. Revelation 1 verse 4. These are not drifting symbols. They are positioned, standing before God. This echoes an ancient biblical pattern, a heavenly council where God was declared and his purposes are carried out. Job speaks of heavenly beings presenting themselves before the Lord. Job 1 verse 6. Zechariah speaks of the eyes of the Lord, ranging throughout the earth. Zechariah 4 verse 10. Taken together, Scripture reveals structure, not randomness. Ancient Jewish and early Christian tradition recognized this pattern and identified 7 archangels. each entrusted with a specific role, not rivals, not equals, but servants stationed near the throne. 7 does not mean many. It means complete. Nothing in heaven is unassigned. Every message has a messenger. Every judgment has an executor. Every act of mercy has purpose. What is an archangel? Before going further, one word must be understood. Archangel, from the Greek. Archie, ruler, chief. Angelos, messenger. An archangel is not merely an angel with wings. An archangel is a chief messenger, one who carries authority, one who commands, one who acts when God's purposes reach decisive moments. Scripture mentions archangels rarely, and always with weight. Michael, the defender. Michael's name is not a title. It is a question. Who is like God? That question is not asked in curiosity. It is a declaration of loyalty and a challenge to rebellion. At that time shall arise Michael, the great prince who stands watch over the children of your people. Daniel 12 verse 1. Michael is not assigned to an individual. He is appointed over a people. As nations rise and fall, Michael stands watch. When conflict erupts in the unseen realm, Michael intervenes, not as a helper, but as a commander. Daniel 10 verse 13. Yet his power is never exercised in pride. When the archangel Michael, contending with the devil, disputed about the body of Moses, he did not pronounce judgment, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." Jude 1 verse 9. True authority does not accuse. It submits to God. Then Scripture reveals Michael's defining moment. War broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Revelation 12 verse 7. This is not poetry. This is war. The dragon is driven out. No negotiation. No compromise. Heaven removes rebellion. Michael stands against evil, defends God's people, and enforces divine justice, not with pride, not with hesitation, but with obedience. Gabriel, the herald. If Michael confronts rebellion, Gabriel reveals truth. His name means, God is my strength. Whenever Gabriel appears, God is about to disclose what was hidden. Gabriel, make this man understand the vision. Daniel 8 verse 16. He interprets what human wisdom cannot. Later, he arrives again. Before Daniel finishes praying, I have come to give you insight and understanding. Daniel 9 verse 22. Centuries pass. Then Gabriel speaks again, inside the temple. I am Gabriel, who stands in the presence of God. Luke 1 verse 19. He announces the birth of John the Baptist. Soon after, he is sent again to a young woman in Nazareth. You will conceive and bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus. Luke 1 verse 31. Gabriel does not persuade. He delivers. Michael ends conflicts. Gabriel opens chapters. Raphael the healer. Not every mission arrives with power. Some arrive quietly. Raphael's name means God heals. He appears not in war, but in suffering. 2 prayers rise to heaven. God answers with a companion. Raphael walks beside them unnoticed. He guides, protects, heals. Only after restoration comes does he reveal his identity. I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels who stand before the glory of the Lord. Tobit 12:15. Raphael shows that healing is often a journey, not a spectacle. The remaining 4, roles preserved by tradition. Scripture reveals roles. Tradition preserved names. Uriel, illumination and understanding. Selaphiel, prayer and intercession. Jagutiel, reward and justice. Barakiel, blessing and grace. Not new doctrine, but language for biblical patterns already present. Together, they form a complete order. 7, assigned, purposeful, intentional. Do they still act? Scripture answers carefully. Angels are not worshipped. They are sent. Are they not all ministering spirits? Sent to serve those who will inherit salvation. Hebrews 1 verse 14. Jesus says angels remain active until the end. Matthew 13 verse 41. Conflict continues. Healing continues. Guidance continues. God still sends help. Not loudly, not visibly, but faithfully. Final truth: if God commands 7 archangels to stand continually before his throne, what does that reveal about his care for creation? If heaven moves with such order, then your life is not random. If God assigns his messengers, then his attention is precise. The God who orders heaven also watches over you, and his order has never been abandoned. And if this story has inspired your life, take a moment to like it and share it with someone who needs hope. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can continue this journey with us, because the God who orders heaven also watches over you.